Thank you to the Yay Creator Network for giving me a code so I was able to learn about this pack to do content for you guys. Here is your ultimate guide for The Sims 4 for rent. Hello my beautiful buddies, it's Rosebud here if you've never been. Today we're doing a video covering mods, amenities, and build ideas for the new expansion pack coming to The Sims 4. So if you're someone that needs ideas that are a little bit out of the box, a little bit unique beyond just a typical apartment or townhouse, I got you covered today. We are covering so many different ideas. Maybe you're not a builder, maybe you're just looking for some new mods or just some fun activities that you wouldn't otherwise think of. I've got you covered. Keep on watching and stick around. We're coming in hot today. We're gonna start with the mods here. So this first mod I have here is the Control Any Sim mod. Let's say you're playing in game, maybe your Sim's neighbor in the upcoming pack for rent. You would be able to, through gameplay, add them to your household temporarily, use what you have to do with them, and then put them back. So this is really amazing because then you don't have to add them through manage households and put them back every single time you want to. So many different Sims on one lot. We can have up to 6 households for rent. It's just gonna be so much fun, and I feel like this will make it even better for you guys that have a storyline, and it just makes it more flawless and seamless. The next one is kind of on the same subject matter. This new pack is all about becoming a landlord or, being a tenant. Leave a link for this one as well. All the links will be in the description for the mods. Pay for water or pay for electricity, internet, and things like that. Feels realistic with The Sims 4 for rent. It ends upon being more on the tenant side of things. Makes it a little bit more fun, a more of a challenge, I guess. Suggestion of mine if you're looking for a fun gameplay challenge when it comes to the same subject matter when you get Sims 4 for rent. Functional staircases, spiral staircases, and guys, I wanted this so badly, so badly in The Sims 4. It's so great for small spaces. And okay, so I should explain because it is obviously, as you can see here, animated, and there's a couple of different ones. There's kind of more of an industrial looking one and more of a classic looking one. It is supported, I believe, child through elder. Toddlers will just teleport to the top of the stairs, and infants, you'll have to carry them. Same with pets, they'll just have to be on the first floor or something. It just saves so much space. They look really cool. I just think it looks better, honestly, than the ladders going up everywhere, if you are low on space. So I would definitely check this out if you're a builder. And then the last one is kind of has to do with amenities, not necessarily so much on the subject matter for rent per se. One of the amenities I'm going to talk about that you'll see is fitness activities. So what this does, as you can see, is that it adds different machines, an elliptical. There's a rowing machine, which is really cool. Rock climbing machine without having the big wall, which is really amazing. I really think that's really cool. Another treadmill, of course. I really just love the animations. It feels so smooth. It feels like Maxis really made them. If you're looking for fitness equipment for your gyms, but you want new ones. Amenities. So we're gonna start with some normal ordinary ones, and then we're gonna way up to more out of the box ones, fun unique ones. So of course the first amenities I have to talk about is pools. We have to talk about it. And of course we have normal pools we can have on the ground with the lounge chairs, and ones with the cabana, which, by the way, we have cabanas with island living if you have that pack. So they basically will go over lawn chairs and just make a more private, I guess, lounging area, which is really cool. Your more luxury units where you spa pool with the fountains, tiles in the background, and that would be really fun. Not necessarily a rooftop, but it's giving me rooftop vibes, especially with the cityscape in the background. I also love the fact that these palm trees in the middle, and I feel like you could do that pretty easily in The Sims. Hot tubs. So this one's kind of self-explanatory. You could put hot tubs with, if you have a pool. You could do it without pool too. There are apartments in real life where they'll have a hot tub and no pool. Workout area. Yoga is another one, kind of coincides with the whole workout area. We even have these green mats, those green mats I'm talking about from Spa Day. This one, it looks really interesting. It almost looks like an indoor outdoor yoga. I can picture this room on a top floor by the Sulani beachside. This is so beautiful. Or honestly, even New World, because we are getting a pretty tropical world with the new pack too. I also put like a sauna in there. Fire pits. We have like circular ones. I love the one that came with like the little campers kit, because you will be able to have like potlucks and like pool parties now, which is cool. That's like 2 party types that are coming with the new pack. If you like want something a bit nicer, your nicer units, fireplace tables. Girls that will know, and the ones that won't. But you could do that. But then also too, don't forget about that fire pit table that we have with City Living. Like, I love that one. I feel like it's underrated. And we don't have a table like this, but like Sims team, if you're watching, they're probably not watching, but if they are, please give us a fire pit table. Like, this is so cool, like where you can eat around it. I love that. Again, you can kind of do that if you have creativity. And next one is a basketball court and a playground. So kids will be getting marbles and hopscotch, but don't forget about the kids, guys. Don't forget about the kids, because the kids, if you have room for a playground, put one, or put some swings, you know, because like the kids would really appreciate it. I know that they would. Same with like basketball court. Like, I feel like a basketball court is something that you could put in any unit. Like, you can even put it in like lower end units too, and it's a really great way to get a fitness skill, especially if you have your Sims dream big. So yeah, that's a hint, by the way. Soccer field. So obviously this one's if you have more room and kind of more for the aesthetic of it, because with, I believe it was Sims 4 University, we got like soccer balls and your Sims could like volley back and forth with it. So they don't really need like a full-on court for it, but just for the aesthetic of it, I think that would be really fun. A dog park, you can't forget about the dogs. So I believe one of the restrictions is pets. So if you have a restriction on that one, obviously you can't have a pet, but some units you will be, especially if you're the ones going to be building them. I really like this idea where it's a lawn. So basically the building is right here, so it's kind of kitty corner, and you have like a little eating area right here, but then like look how cool this lawn is. They like use circular pieces, so I'm assuming like this piece would maybe be like turf or something. You could do this, by the way. You don't have to have like use circular walls, use circular floor tiles, which by the way, and I don't know why, but I could see someone doing this and making it look so good, because I don't normally use like the circular floor tiles that much. Coffee bar. Like, don't tell me that this one does not look like eco lifestyle furniture. Little communal coffee space, especially with like the fun espresso machine that we got from Get Together. So a games room, we have so many different game activities. Like, oh, and this one does have like a full-on bar in the background. But you have so many different activities. You have foosball, we have like the puzzle tables now, we have sabak, which we won't talk about, the pack that shall not be named, because I don't like that one, and I feel like a lot of you legit one, but you could just like put like a bath in there for your dog. Of course, I can't guarantee that like random Sims wouldn't, you know, just bathe in there, but that's a thing. You could do that too. Here's another idea. I kind of feel like this one gives me more like eco lifestyle spa day vibes for some reason. And now we get some like more out of the box ideas. You could do, and this probably is for a specific lot you have in mind, or like a very high-end unit, but you could put like a home movie theater in, especially with like those big movie screens that we have now, or like a bowling alley, because I don't know about you guys, I like never use bowling night stuff as far as like the actual bowling aspect of it. You could do a ice rink or like a rollerblading rink, and like you can make this even realistic for like a normal unit if you have a lot near a park. Blend it in, make it look like it was part of the park. A convenience store. But if you're guys seen on TikTok those creators that like live in apartments, I'm pretty sure they're Korean, by the way, too, and they'll go downstairs and they'll have like these like really cool convenience stores. They'll have like the little cups of ice, like with the big ball of ice, and like the drink pouch. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, what are you talking about? But that is a thing, and I feel like you could like make a little convenience store. Of course it wouldn't be like functional per se, but it would be more for looks, but that would be also really cool. To the build style. Modern buildings. I feel like this one in particular, but this looks like a Sims build to me. With like the windows, we have those windows, we have brick like that. This would be a very, very easy one to recreate for you guys. And you could definitely do this one different, like reflectiveness of it. Of course, you can't really do that unless you have like want to put actual mirrors on it, but you could do like the blue and orange one. I like how there's like potted flowers out to the side as well. You have to like finesse it a little bit, but we have wooden slats like this with like several different packs now, and I just love the look of it. It's just so cool. So much of things that we have in the Sims 4, like we have wooden like texture like this. You could definitely do this with like platforms. Just another cool idea. I like how like there's a bike parked out the front. Things like that you need to add to your Sims build to make it look more realistic. I put this one in particular for like cool pop out, and I love these pop out windows because we have windows like that. And I don't know if you can tell, but in the back there is this really cool canopy area too. Just another cool idea. Obviously you couldn't build it as big, but I really like even the greenery, how it hangs off. I really love the color blocking, the black and white. That's really fun. And every unit gets like their own kind of, you know, little patios. Brownstone buildings. So this one I kind of want to build. I really am not gonna lie. But if you don't know what brownstone buildings are, they have them they're most famously in New York. They do have them in Chicago too, and I'm sure other cities. They're these buildings that they're more of a historical front end, but people will renovate the inside and make it look really modern and current. And you can see like people like update them. I think people usually own them. I'm not really actually sure about if people usually own or rent them. But the next one is Row Home. Full House vibes, if you ever seen that show. The Full House one, yeah, it's a static-y image just because I got it from Google. They're actually called like the painted ladies that aren't just like, you know, like the typical like modern or like suburban type thing. Walk-up apartments out from the outside to the inside, so you get like your own little driveway path. And as you can see, these are fun. You can make these easily in The Sims 2. This one reminds me of very beachy. I think this is like the back of one, but I just like the way they look with the palm trees, with like the white shiplap wood. Traditional townhouses I would see in the area I live. You see a lot of these. Very different. I feel like these remind me of, oh, what were they called? In The Sims 2, Bella's Belle's townhouses. Look very European. Other family living on your lot. You don't want too many, like a whole bunch of them, different textures and things like that, but look very, very similar. Traditional looking. We have these windows, more modern. I think this is like some cool metal like cladding. And then we have this is like eco lifestyle wood. This wood is like everywhere, unlike these like mock-up images for some reason. There are more like semi-traditional townhouses with, I guess, just different colors to represent that they're different but they're the same kind of thing. A duplex or a triplex, 2 houses living next door, is basically like 3 units. Oh, okay, so this one's really fun. This one's a teeny home community, like little villages. You can even do like little cute cottages. Like this could be really cute in Windenburg or even Henford on Bagley for something a little bit more traditional. Some people even like make entire neighborhoods, meaning that they will go ahead and they will make like streets in them and everything else. You can get really creative. You can make retirement villages. That would be really fun. And you can even include some of those fun amenity activities like in a clubhouse type thing for like your shared space, but have everyone have their own home, like a bunch of different tree houses, and make it very different. You know, there's so many different ideas with this, and I think it's fun because you could basically make an entire neighborhood within like one lot if you are creative enough to and have the patience enough to do it. Styles of apartments now. A studio / alcove. An alcove is basically a studio with a spot for the bed to lie into. It is more open. I feel like this is probably something that the person has like set up to like create some separation. This one is a very interesting one where it has like its own kind of room, but it's not really. I would consider that an alcove too. Studio, but like a more luxurious one, I would say. Loft. This one's more of a traditional looking loft. I feel like we have a lot of this kind of furniture. We have a bookcase like that. We have shelves like that. Like this is very attainable. More industrial looking loft, which is really cool. What is that? Like a disco ball planter or something? It's kind of cute. I don't really know where the kitchen is in this, and maybe it's out of the frame. Mobile homes in Strangerville that are like the typical ones, but these are kind of like more teeny house looking mobile homes, little log cabins. This idea could kind of even go inside with the Globetrotter challenge, if you've ever heard of that. There are people that build out these like vans and they'll live in it, and then will work remotely and they'll live in it full time. They'll just like drive across the country, and that's how basically they live. But I think it'd be fun and interesting if you did that in The Sims, a few different vans, and you maybe copied and pasted that lot on different worlds, so you could have your sim move into those worlds every single week or something like that, to have like one van that would stay the same color but like maybe change the color of the other vans, and they will like meet different people along the way, but it's like them moving their van. I think that would be really interesting, really fun. I've never played like that before, but I think that would be a fun, unique idea take on for rent that's out of the box. Granny flats for like an old grandma or grandpa, or maybe like a young adult, older child or something like that that lives out the back. Multiple families living on the same lot, especially with elders. Sometimes it's like nice to see the elders, but you don't necessarily like want to control them all the time, just like if you have a more busier life with your main sims. So that's kind of fun too. Basement apartments, you can actually make like window wells by like cutting out areas outside, making a hole but not having a basement there, and like filling it in with fence, because then you can get some natural light in your basements, because otherwise you don't. Hotels and timeshares. Hotels without there actually being hotels. So I think there will be hotels. Yeah, I think that's a pack that they might make someday. I think it's kind of alluding to it just by, you know, the whole UI. But we don't have that right now, and I feel like you can, because you can adjust how long the lease is and how much rent is each day, and it just feels like hotel-ish to me. This reminds me of, you know, Sulani with like the hay roof kind of thing. And this one reminds me of The Sims 3. Doesn't that one remind you of The Sims 3? Dorms, student apartments, boarding schools, or frats and fraternities. I know what you're thinking right now. Hey, Rose, we still have, you know, The Sims 4 at university. You can make your own dorms. Very true, but it's annoying because there's restrictions with it. For example, like maybe you want to make a dorm that is like your sim has their own bedding area, and they have their own closet area, and they have their own bathroom. You don't have to share a communal bathroom, so that's nice. And then maybe you can have a shared living area, like a study area, and like a kitchen, because with The Sims 4 University, you'd have to go off lot to like one of the common areas to be able to eat food, which is really annoying unless you had a mini fridge and just ate snacks all the time. Sororities and frats, like you can properly make them, especially with the club system and get together, like a little student apartment kind of thing. And the same with like boarding school. So this one's an interesting one, a unique idea, because obviously there isn't like really boarding school, but we got the high school pack and Copperdale, so boarding dorm kind of thing. And you'd maybe only have like teens live there, and like maybe like a teacher or something like that. And that's basically all of my ideas that I have. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys are gonna try out any of these ideas, if you guys have any ideas to add to the list, and what you would like to see me build, because I am so excited for this pack, and I'm so excited to just see more of what we can do from like the time I'm recording this. And I will speak to you soon. Bye bye bye.
Will you stay even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down.